All right, good morning, welcome back. We are back. My name's Jeff Martin. You're here in Dallas at HEW, and I'm here with Cryoport Systems. Now, Cryoport Systems is well known in the industry for their cryogenic shipping solutions, but today we want to delve deeper into the expanded and comprehensive supply chain offerings that Cryoport Systems provides to advanced therapy developers. So joining us today we have Aruna Mor, Mike Dybicz, and Matthew Frazzetta of Cryoport Systems. Aruna, Mike, and Matthew, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you guys' time. Aruna, as Chief Commercial Officer, let's start with an overview of how Cryoport Systems supports advanced therapy developers.
Absolutely, Jeffrey, and glad to be here this morning. Good morning, and joining with Mike and Matthew on this podium. Cryoport Systems has been in the industry for a long time now, over 15 years, and we provide comprehensive solution with global supply chain throughout the CGT market or any of the advanced therapy markets. One of our core to the business is to innovate and make sure we are ahead of the curve, in terms of designing and developing services that will meet the demands of this market as we move ahead, right? And we supply and we have services from logistics to bioservices to consulting, and we recently launched our cryopreservation, which is kind of collecting the patient sample at the very beginning and then kind of preserve it and send it and do some minimal manipulation to send it across for further manufacturing. So those have been our kind of the pillars of the services we offer, and we continue to innovate, right?
Yeah.
One of the things for us very important is the quality of what we do, and hence we are very kind of particular about risk mitigation, because we completely understand the therapies that we provide to our clients, or I should say rather our clients that provide to their patients, these are irreplaceable, and so we want to make sure that at every step of the supply chain we are working towards risk mitigation, and we'll continue to do so, and we'll continue to innovate. We have Mike here, and Mike's team has done tremendous kind of work over the past few years in innovating and coming up with shipping solutions, packing solutions that's like, I would say kind of path breaker on its own way, and and we are actively working with our clients, right? So it's not in a silo that we work very collaboratively with our clients to make sure that we understand the needs of the market, we understand our client needs, and based on that we are innovating constantly, and we'll continue to do so over the next few years and in the future.
Yes, and innovation is a key pillar of a patient-centric approach.
Absolutely.
Correct? Now Mike, as the Chief Product Development Officer, can you share how market demands have shaped your customer-centric approach to product development?
Well, thank you, Jeff. It's a pleasure to be here. And we have, over the last few years, introduced a number of leading products into the market. We started that effort with making a conscious decision to have our clients with us when we go through the product journey. And so we started with our Elite shipping system, and we worked very hand in hand. We knew we had a set of requirements that we had identified in the market, particularly for high value gene therapies, but we knew we couldn't do that alone. And so we've worked with a leading gene therapy company, Sarepta, you may know them in the industry, in developing that shipping system and making sure as we worked through that product development process that they were there all through the process, right? To validate the requirements, to validate the concepts that we came up with, to be there with us as we're qualifying the shipping system. Sure. So we want the client, as Aruna said, to be part of this journey with us. We don't want product development to be an insular, interior approach to what we build. We also took the same approach with the fact that we've spent a lot of time on site with our clients and with the end users. So when you build a product, we could be selling it to somebody that's a therapy provider, but the end user is actually in the clinical site. They're actually at the manufacturing site, right? They're at the storage site. And so we've spent over the last years many hours and days and weeks with those folks to see what they deal with on site. And what they deal with on site affects the patient, right? And patient access. And so if you make something that's easier for them to move and access at that site, you're going to help them be better at providing those therapies to the patient. The system that you see behind us, this is our HV3 shipping system. This is something we launched last year. we continue to deploy across our logistics network. This was made with clients in mind. Our commercial clients gave us feedback on our existing systems and said, look, these are things that we'd love if you were working through our next gen. And as we then designed this, we had them, just like we did with the Elite, we had them side by side with us to make sure that what we're building actually addresses those market needs, not just an interpreted kind of need of what's out in the market. So we have here mobility features, shock absorption features, protective features, and then we also have, as part of this effort, our SafePack system. And so this is a system to protect blood cassettes during transit. And as you know, this is cryogenically preserved blood cassettes. And this, combined with the HV3 system, really mitigates breakage of the blood bags. So we use cryogenically friendly components, and we have what's called the soft rack as part of this. And so we're very excited about the combination of this with the HV3 to provide a pretty much paradigm driving, a change in the market. And we're hoping that this helps all of the parties here that are developing and supporting advanced therapies to ensure that the patient gets the therapy on time and with efficacy. So this system also can, of course, when you're moving any of these products, you need to make sure it's it can be loaded onto a cargo plane of effective size. So, narrow body jets and regional jets are hard given the access point. And so we made this so that it can get easy access into that plane. So that means patients can get access to the therapies quicker.
Sure.
So
yeah, that's key, especially patient access is really key. And it seems like you guys have kind of got all your bases covered with these different innovations. So you've also mentioned that Cryoport is now evolving into a more complete end-to-end solution, really. Solutions provider. So Matt, as Vice President of Global Accounts for Bioservices, could you elaborate on what end-to-end really means in this space?
Jeff, exactly. That's where end-to-end, as Aruna mentioned, as platform of services, as Mike's mentioned in regards to the systems that we have incorporated, we're incorporating that into a unique set of service lines to really fulfill that patient access. Meaning that somebody is going to need to store, pick, pack, label, carton, ship, but do that in a manner that really protects that material and really gets the essence of making sure that that material that's being delivered to the patient is in a state that is from the manufacturing GMP level all the way through the delivery process at the end, the last mile. What we have put in place here is that we have storage activities where that we're able to handle from AMIT to cryogenic level storage services, but we also be able to handle everything from the pre-production, therapeutic, post-production, and all the supporting materials around cell and gene therapy application. We also incorporated, as mentioned, as a platform of services, we have packaging and labeling capabilities unique to the industry. We are experts within ultra cold or cryogenic level activity to ensure that that material is being handled appropriately, packaged and labeled, as well as distributed, as we talked about with our shipping systems, being able to move it to the shipping system and being able to put it in where it needs to be placed. From that point, being able to support groups with other services, regulatory services, our QP services, as well as destruction services and other activities around the needs of cell and gene therapy applications.
Excellent. So it seems that you guys have got every critical touch point and temperature controlled delivery handled. So you guys also do offer regulatory support across all these stages. Mike, can you expand on this? How do you guys provide these services, and how can customers benefit from your support with regulatory?
I think at the highest level, we develop products that can comply with the regulatory needs of our clients. So we make sure that that's present just at the onset. And like Matt said, our systems are compliant with what is expected in the market. We also have a consulting services team that we built and have been supporting hundreds of clients over the years. And there we help clients through all stages of development. So from pre-IND to IND filings, supporting materials for that. And as they're going through their clinical trials, working on, maybe thinking about different packaging as they move from clinical to commercial.
Sure.
So we have custom packaging capabilities, because as you know, you can't ship in commercial what you shipped in clinical. But as we've also said, when you do BLA filing, you have to do a lot of qualification activities that will be submitted as part of that filing, similar to the IND, but at a higher level, right? And so we work with clients on all that type of activity. So we have a lot of validation engineers with a great competency. We have obviously packaging engineers. We also have data scientists. So we do things like shipping risk assessments. So before somebody ships something, you want to know where there are risky lanes. You want to know where you may need to do an actual lane qualification or a lane study to verify that shipment can arrive on the timelines that you need for the patient access. You want to make sure all of that is done. So we do that with our massive repository. We have probably the largest repository in the industry of all temperatures, all types of shipping systems, and all types of couriers. And so we can mine that data to better understand what's happened.
Right.
And that's as a guide to the future and understand that risk profile. Beyond that, we do shipping lane qualifications and shipping lane studies to verify those lanes that are the highest risk, right? So you make sure that, or if a site gets activated and you want to understand how that site's going to be prepared for receiving the goods that you're shipping.
Right.
We also do things like physical and thermal performance testing. So when you have a shipping system like this, or even a packaging system like the SafePack 1800, you have to make sure that it performs physically and thermally for the transit environment.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that the shipping system will withhold the temperature that you need within the bands that you need.
Right.
You need to make sure that you have visibility into that transit for that entire time. All of those things we help clients do with specificity towards their packouts.
Sure.
So basically, when we're doing these qualifications, we of course provide our clients those qualifications. But when a client comes and they have their own packout and their own vials and their own blood bags and their own cassettes, you really have to qualify that context.
Right.
And so that's where we work with our clients hand in hand. Super proud of the teams there, and obviously the product team that we have as well.
Yeah.
So that's how we really support clients through that entire process, including things like trade services, where we look at transit across borders, and it's very complicated with biologics. You have to make sure you have the right paperwork, the right licenses, the right IOR, all that kind of stuff. And so we work hand in hand with our clients to make sure that's a seamless activity and hopefully the lowest risk level, because we work together to build mitigation plans.
Sure, that's excellent. So with all this innovation and collaboration, what can we expect from Cryoport Systems next year and beyond? Where are you guys going?
Absolutely, Jeff. We're super excited, right? We have seen remarkable advancement and growth in the cell and gene therapy, overall, I should say, in the advanced therapy sector. And we will continue to innovate and grow and provide best-in-class solutions to our clients as this industry moves forward, right? One of the things that's key or core to our heart of our strategy is innovation, as Mike described, right? How his team has been constantly working very closely with the clients and innovating, will continue to do so. As long as Cryoport System is here and working closely with our clients, we'll continue to do so. Along with that, I think quality, which we stand by, and that's key to our strategy, as I said, and it's very important specifically in the cell and gene therapy industry, right? So making sure, and we do that through risk mitigation. We have years of experience. We understand how the logistics works. Now we have delved into bioservices and things like that. So every service we provide, we make sure that we are mitigating every risk possible, right? Because at the end of the day, this is the irreplaceable therapy that's going to a patient in need, and we want to make sure the integrity of the product remains, right? All the way from once it's produced from the manufacturer to as Mike and both Matt said, like until it gets to the patient, right? One of the things we are doing, and we are very proud of it, is like we have been expanding our facilities, because you cannot really do much a global supply chain with absolutely. So we have been expanding. We are very excited to open more facilities this year. Next year we'll continue to do so, and as the therapies are getting more global in nature, we want to make sure that we have our key facilities ready to go with all in services across the globe, and we'll continue to do so. And I think we just want to be part of this innovation. We want to be part of this journey with our client partners, and as the industry matures, as I said, we will just be there for them. And I think it's like, as I keep saying, one breakthrough at a time, right? And we want to be part of this, and we will be part of this with our clients.
Yep, that's great. And construction's always a good sign of a healthy company. If you got the grounds being broken, we're growing, right?
Absolutely,
right.
Jeff. Absolutely.
So Aruna, Mike, Matt, I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. If you want to learn more, Mike and Aruna will be doing a fireside chat called the Patient Ferris Wheel at 11 a.m. And they'll dive deeper into the HV3 and SafePack system. And definitely stop by their booth at number 141. and ask them all kinds of hard questions
Exactly.
about their products. All right. Well, thank you very much for being here, and
Thank you, Jeff.
signing off.
Thank you,
Great.
Jeff.
Thank
That
you.
was a
Thanks, Jeff.
pleasure.
Yeah.